Hello,
Hi everyone, welcome.
Happy Sunday. Welcome to Share the Love Sundays. We're sitting down today with Mrs. Sonia Elaine. Hello.
Hi Sonia.
Thank you guys
How
for
are you
having
doing
me today. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, thank you for coming up. We're excited to talk to you too.
Yeah, we're big fans of your channel, Sonia. And so first of all, can you just tell us who you are, what you're all about, and why you started a YouTube channel?
Well, my name is Sonia, and Elaine is just my middle name because I didn't want to use my last name. I started a YouTube channel originally just to do something creative for myself, to learn something new. I wanted to, I guess think just like as a stay-at-home mom, I felt like I wasn't learning new things constantly. I wanted something creative to learn, like editing and Photoshop, and things like that. Originally, I actually wasn't all just cooking. I kind of niched down into that. Originally, I thought I could do like more things, but obviously, as I learned, you have to niche down more. So it kind of just happened that way because I was getting more clicks on my cooking. As a matter of fact, I probably get more clicks on the fattier it is, the sweeter the desserts, the clicks. Originally, I thought I would do more like health conscious stuff, but apparently people don't like watch that.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's interesting. Well, we eat with our eyes, don't we?
Yeah.
So like for people like us who don't really, well, Mum does, for people like me who don't really cook, we can still enjoy watching you create these fatty, wonderful, beautiful dishes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They make your mouth water, don't they? I mean, if you watch your channel, think, oh gosh, I wish I could just go and do that. And,
I know, you make it look so easy.
Yeah, for sure. So is that your favorite thing to do on the channel, Sonia? Do you love cooking? Is that your passion?
I do love cooking, and it's one of my passions. I think my other passion, which I don't see, maybe I'll make a second channel, is probably exercise and eating healthy.
Yeah.
Which is like totally opposite. I mean, if I were to have a second channel, maybe it would be like, I don't know, 45 and over women of like, how to eat healthier and take care of ourselves.
Oh, I definitely watched that one. I come into that bracket.
Because that's really what my degree is in education and kinesiology. And that's, I used to be a teacher and a coach before I had children. So I would say that that's really one of my big passions. And I used to coach swimming, and I used to coach track and cross country. And so I have like a lot of passion for that, but I do love cooking. My husband is a professional chef. That's what he does for a living.
Oh, wow.
I thought so.
I thought so too. Yes.
You can tell that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So, he knows his way around the kitchen.
Yeah.
So it kind of just, and I guess, I mean, with my kids growing up with my husband and me and stuff, we've just always have spent a lot of time in the kitchen together, just learning new things. And since he works for a big hotel, and just like any other chef, they cut down his work hours this last year. And so he was at home more. So it gave me an opportunity to learn more things from him. Like things that I've always wanted to learn how to make risotto, but he usually just makes it when he comes home, or he doesn't have time. Like he's just busy, so like it's given him time to like teach me things that I wanted to learn. So
that's great. Yeah, it's lovely to see your family take part in your videos. I mean, did he and your daughter need lots of encouragement, or were they like keen to be part of your channel?
Oh
right
no, my daughter loves it, and I
thought so.
She even told me today, she's like, well, if you can't talk the whole hour, I mean, I can come sit next to you if you want. Like,
absolutely.
I'd love to meet her.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
So she is very more outgoing. Or like, I was worried about our first live, and she's like, I'm not. So she's just, I don't know. She loves to cook. And I think my daughter really does actually want to think about doing it possibly for a living. Right. So that is definitely one of her big passions, that and photography. She's really talented in photography. So sometimes she actually does help me with my thumbnails or taking the pictures when we're out, because obviously you can't take a picture yourself, especially if you're like, somewhere like at a farm, or we've gone to like Pike Place or something like that. She's the one that took my picture. So
oh nice. Yeah, that was very helpful, isn't it? To have a chef, a prospective chef, and a photographer in the family.
You surrounded yourselves with the right people.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to everyone in the chat. Mr. E Chef is here. Says, yay, I'm very excited for this one.
Oh wow.
Welcome, Mr. E Chef. Dr. Seb is here.
Hi,
Dr. Seb. Happy Sunday to you. Dad, John Atkins, says good evening from here in the UK. And Flour, Eggs and Yeast say hi, Sonia. Our favourite people are on screen right now. You guys are the best. Thank you for coming.
Oh my goodness, they're so supportive.
I know.
All of you are so supportive.
Yes. Yeah. Because you've done some collabs with, I know for sure, Flour, Eggs and Yeast. And
yes. And we were with Cooking with the Neighbors with Jerry Ellen. And with Karen in the kitchen, Karen.
Oh, we've got Karen in the kitchen coming on
in a few weeks.
Yeah, 2 3 weeks time. So
Karen in the kitchen. And what other collab have I done? I feel like I've done one more. Horrible, I can't remember. I'm a little tired today. I thought I was actually getting. Okay, I thought I was getting my second vaccine last week. Somehow they didn't, and I actually got my second vaccine yesterday.
Oh gosh,
you have some side effects.
So if I feel like a brain fog or something today, that's why I was like, okay, I've done another collab.
That's fine. We're a bit brain foggy sometimes, aren't we? Especially on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, absolutely, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So Sonia,
but I haven't done that many collabs yet. I probably need to do more of them. I feel like it's just maybe time. You know, because it's like, you know, I just need to get more organized and plan ahead. So
yeah, it does take more time with the collabs, doesn't it? Because you know, from the outset, you know, contacting everybody, planning what you're all going to do, and it does, but it's definitely worth it. We've really enjoyed collaborating with several other channels. So yeah, it's worth it, but you do need the time to plan it properly, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So how would you describe your style of cooking?
Wow. I think all over the place. I'm not really sure. Like, I love doing desserts. I love desserts. If you see my channel, I probably would do more. But then again, I like taking like a normal dish and making it low fat. I know they're totally opposite. Because a lot of times the reality is I do try to eat healthy a lot, like right now, especially because I feel like I put on weight last year. So I'm like, okay, we've got to eat healthy, but it's hard again, because a lot of people, our biggest ones are probably our bigger videos are desserts. That's what people really watch.
Yes.
But I'm also like, I can't keep making them and eating them.
I know.
No, but you just can't throw them away, Sonia, can you? I mean, if they're made, I mean, oh my gosh, you've got to eat them. It would be such a waste not to.
No, but I do love, I don't know. I guess I like trying new things. That's been my thing this year, is trying to things that I haven't made before, which is also hard because I want to try, you know, like learn something, but cook it several times before I make a video of it. I wouldn't want to like do it the first time and totally mess it up, you know.
I was going to say that to you, actually. Have you ever tried a new recipe on your channel without testing it?
I haven't. I mean, not yet. Well, I have a short coming up that I'm gonna try as I go, but that's kind of you'll see. It kind of goes with it. Like it's like something I saw on TikTok, and I don't know if it actually is right, so we're gonna try it. But other than that, I think mostly in general, I try to pick things that I have cooked several times because I wouldn't want to try something new. Like the first time at least. So
tried and tested recipes, definitely. There's a lot to think about. Like when you're making any video, there's a lot to think about. There's like camera angles, lighting, like is the sound good? What am I saying? Like there's a lot going on. So you don't want to also be thinking about, you know, how do I make this dish? I suppose you want to know, okay, these are the steps. I know what I'm doing at least with this part. Yeah.
I mean, I think I've got some variations. Like when I made the tres leches cake, I had never tried it with rum. So I've had it at places like at parties with rum in it, but I'd never done it myself. So when I did do it, it wasn't enough rum. And my husband's like, well, just tell people you sprinkled more on because I need more rum. Right. Yeah. But it was like the cake itself I'd made before, just not with rum in it. So.
Right.
I see. Yeah.
So how do you come up with your ideas, you know, for different foods or
I don't
desserts.
I have like every time I think of something, I write it down, and I have like hundreds in my phone. Actually, I probably could. I don't run out of cooking ideas. I also obviously have a husband that cooks for a living, so
Yes.
I ask him like, oh, or he's on TikTok more and stuff like if you see something trending, tell me, maybe I'll try it. Or I ask my kids, I don't know. Alana's been at home this last year, so she's been cooking all kinds of stuff by herself. And then she's like, well, I could show people how to do this, So she's been experiencing, and my son has too. He was in probably ones, I think, more like last spring and summer. Now he's in college. He was in high school last year and then graduated. He's freshman, and he just doesn't have time right now, or he would really be on. So, because he's in college and he's working and he just doesn't have any time. So
and it is time consuming, isn't it?
Yeah, it is time consuming. So, and I think a lot of them are also just recipes that we thought about that maybe we would want taped, so that later on my children could be like, oh, well, how do I make like my mom's matzo ball soup? Well, I taped it. Now you can watch it.
Yeah. I think that's lovely when, family recipes are handed down and you've got a record of those family recipes. And that's a lovely thing to pass down to the generations, I think, keep those things alive and going. Because it's so easy to if they're written on a scrappy piece of paper, to lose it and then forget where it is and what you're doing. So I think that's a lovely thing to do.
Yeah, and some of them I just don't know how they would do it, so I just try it because I'm like, well, if no one watches it, no one like I didn't know how if people would watch my gardening, which didn't do as good as some of my other ones, but I knew as a chance when I made it, like, would people that normally watch cooking watch gardening? Maybe not. I wasn't sure. But they did. So, I mean, I had some views. It just wasn't as much as some of my other ones, Or I think also a lot of my probably Mexican meals have done really well on my channel. And I am Mexican. So I probably will put more just, recipes that I already am good at making and doing probably in the future. So
that's a great idea, because we live in Arizona and we have wonderful Mexican food out here. But, for people who are living like in the UK, I have to say the Mexican food out there is not what it is like over here. So if you could cook your own traditional or, authentic Mexican meals yourself, wherever you are in the world, that's nice. That's wonderful.
And I think for even where we live here, we live like north of Seattle, like northeast, there isn't a ton of great Mexican restaurants. I hate to say that, but there's not.
There might be an opportunity then, Sonia, to open your own restaurant one day.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That is a lot of work too, though.
Restaurants are a lot of work, and they are a ton of work, and probably less profitable than most people think they are.
And it's probably a hard time right now to open a restaurant.
Anything in the food industry or hospitality industry is really hard right now.
It's a shame, but hopefully it'll pick up again soon.
It's starting to pick up. My husband's going back full-time this next month, which is gonna be sad.
Great.
I mean, it's good. I'm glad he's gonna be making more money again. But I'm gonna miss him so much because he's been at home this whole time. I was kind of used to having him. I was like, I'm gonna kind of miss him when you go back to work all the time.
Well, it's nice that you've made the most of what could be, a bad situation, cooking together, making memories together, doing the YouTube channel together. It's nice that you guys have really made the most of it.
And originally I didn't think I was going to put my family on so much, but then the pandemic hit and like they were, like they were all at home. It just kind of just worked out that way. I've even thought of changing my channel name, but I think there's too many of them, like Sonia's Kitchen or Sonia's Family Kitchen. There's too many that are similar. So I think I'll just keep my channel name where it is, I think.
Yeah, because you can do anything when your channel is just your name, can't you? You can take it wherever you want.
Yeah, and that's true. If I wanted to change it or, you never know. I don't know. I've had some friends that over years kind of their channel kind of changed a little. They started when they were younger, and as they got older, they kind of changed like what they put on their channel, and I don't know. So then if they had their name, they didn't have to change it. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's definitely pros to doing that. Let's see who we've got in the chat. Roger's here. Hello, Rog. Thank you for coming. And Mr. E Chef says, you all do so much to make all your videos so special. People don't realize how much work you all do to make such great content. Great work. This is such a great interview. Oh, well, thank you. And yes, we totally agree. Like we can see the work you put in, Sonia, because we do it too to an extent. But I think people who don't do YouTube, like we didn't realize how much work it was going to be.
Oh gosh, no, it was such a surprise. I mean, we love the work. I mean, we really enjoy it, but it is all consuming.
It is a lot of, like, I really originally I thought I could do like 2 videos a week, and I did for a little bit, but I don't have that kind of time right now. So yeah, I wish I had a little bit more time, and it takes so long to edit and everything. I think some people are like, well, how long can it take to edit a video? I'm like, I don't know, 4 to 6 hours, maybe longer.
Yeah.
So
Seriously, yes.
and then
absolutely.
and especially cooking, it's like, well, we got to decide on a recipe and then go get all the ingredients, prep it up, and then cook it, film it. I gotta get all my lighting and then take the thumbnail. It is a lot of work. I mean, I do like it though. So it's not like I do enjoy it, but it is a lot of time. So on weeks that we're busy as a family, it's been a little bit hard. So
yeah. And it is better, I think, to do fewer videos of better quality than to try and do more, and then the quality suffers, I think, personally.
I do too, quality over quantity, I think, every time. Yeah. Because you want people to come back and watch more, don't you? I mean, you don't want to put stuff out there that isn't quite up to what you'd like it to be, you know? So
yeah. And Tony says it is all true. A lot of care and effort needs to go into making those videos. We're making, especially the cooking ones.
Oh yes,
I think cooking is so hard. We've tried a couple of very simple recipes, like very simple British things, and oh my goodness, we get stressed.
It is the most stressful thing. I mean, we haven't released it yet, a Pims and lemonade, which is very British, and it's a drink, it's not even cooking.
No, it's just cutting up fruit and putting it in a cup, really.
Make sure you've got all the ingredients, and then getting it all right, and then not spilling stuff as you're pouring it. And on top of getting that shot just right. I mean, oh gosh, it took us a while, didn't it?
It did.
This is only going to be a short.
Yeah, and it is hard. Like my kitchen was not set up for YouTube. Like where my stove is, so like you couldn't see my back, so that's why a lot of times you just see into my pot. Or on my other side, it's kind of like I have like, I don't know, like granite here, and then there's another one, so I have to put my camera up, but then you can't really see me. Listen, my kitchen wasn't made for YouTube. So I'm just doing the best I can when I film it. So try to show myself, and then try to show, the food, because I think that some cooking channels that only show their food is so impersonal. Like, I don't like that. I don't know. Like, I want to see their face. I'm not sure how this ever took off, that all these channels don't show their face, but I think
then it makes you really intrigued, and you think, why are they not showing their face?
I know. You're like, what do they look like that they don't show their face?
Yeah. You never see a photo of them anywhere or anything, and you think,
mysterious character.
Yeah. But it's nice, I think, with the cooking channels on TV, it's part of the person who's cooking, the chef or whatever. It's the personality and their and their interaction, the energy with the audience.
Right there, and you get to know them more, because I think that's how you connect with like a YouTube channel. It's not just like, it's not just learning things about you guys. It's like learning personal things that you can relate to, I guess, that makes you want to come back every week to watch people's videos.
Yeah, exactly. You get to know the person. Oh, sorry, carry on.
Oh no, I was going to say, like, otherwise why subscribe to one channel over another? If you're just going to go for a recipe that you can cook and then do it, why subscribe then? If you like the people, the atmosphere that they create, they're offering something more than just a recipe, then I think there's a reason to subscribe. Right. Because you connected them, you just enjoy watching them. And
especially cooking, because when you think about like YouTube channels, when I try to think about it, it's like, well, you might take one recipe from a channel and maybe you'll save it, but you're not necessarily going to subscribe to their channel and go back week after week.
Yeah, if you just want that quick recipe, you're making something, I want the recipe, boom, 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 that's fine. So how do you know, or do you know how many people actually either just watch and enjoy watching you cook, and those who actually say to you, oh, I made that cake the other day, or I made that risotto or whatever. Do you get feedback like that?
I do sometimes, that people, especially relatives that have made it, or even some of my son's friends or some of my subscribers, and they've said, well, we've, tried to make something, or, I think a lot of people on some of the ones with my daughters, like there's a lot of people that want to learn ASL. So they've been like captivated by her. And that's probably helps with some of the views on some of our recipes. So
Yes, yeah, that's great. And so what would you say you love doing most, on YouTube? What is the thing that you really enjoy the most, or things?
Well, I guess originally, actually cooking with my family. Originally, it wasn't going to be like a family channel, but now it is.
Yeah.
It's been just, I don't know. Like, I really do love cooking with my husband and my daughter, but we normally do. Like, if you were to come to our house on a normal weeknight, we're probably all in the kitchen together doing something.
Oh,
like all
that's
cooking.
wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's just, and my son too, when he is at home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's nice that you all have that common interest, that you all are interested in cooking, and that brings you together as a family. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there anything you don't like doing with regard to YouTube?
Sometimes certain editing, I feel like I kind of, or like the shorts, they have to be so fast. And when you're cooking that fast, or like, I don't know, sometimes I'm like, oh, well, my video is too long, or it's too short. I don't know. Or like a lot of times I'm like, oh, it's too long. I should have made this shorter. But it's afterwards, everybody can look at their videos and be like, I could have made this differently. So,
Definitely.
but I think maybe editing, sometimes I'm like, I start and then I'm like, I got to go walk around and then come back and work on it again. I don't know, probably editing that. And I think that's probably it. I like doing the thumbnails, and I like the filming aspect of it. So, and the cooking. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think, like you say, editing is hugely time consuming. And especially when you're doing something, like very often our videos are just us talking. So we get like one long shot that I can just edit down. But like when we do things like cooking, or like when we're up and doing something, it becomes so much more difficult because you have like multiple shots.
Or if we're interviewing somebody on Zoom to record, to edit it, oh my goodness, there's so much footage.
I might as well just turn my phone off, because I'm just going to be there for a few days.
Yeah.
And I try to add in music and everything else. It can just like finding the right music for the video, and it all takes time.
It does.
Takes a lot of time.
I mean, to help Lucy with the editing, I'll sometimes source the photographs that we need, the little pictures.
Yeah,
sometimes
you guys do a lot of fun editing.
Music and do the research initially. We sort of, because the actual editing process is so lengthy, isn't it? So try and help with that as much as possible.
Yeah, she's good. I'd be like, I need a photo of this, and then like 5 minutes later it'll arrive in my inbox. I am lucky that my husband does help out sometimes when I'm frustrated, or it's definitely the shorts. He's so much better editing the shorts than I am. So it's hard to know like what's essential, isn't it, with the shorts?
And you only have less than a minute. So
exactly. You've got to keep them really punchy and interesting, vibrant, haven't you? You can't just it's got to grab people straight from the start.
That's right. That's the hard thing, because people are just like flicking through, aren't they? And if it doesn't get them like that, it's like
then they just go. And I think it's how long they also stay on your video, like for it to be pushed out continuously.
That's right. I heard you need like at least 90% for it to just keep going, like 90% retention time. And then I think it can drop a little and it'll still get boosted. But like initially you need people to watch almost the whole thing.
Right.
Which is hard in these days.
It's harder these days, but keeping people's attention for a minute can sometimes be really challenging.
It is hard.
Yeah, that's true.
That's been a big learning curve on just to learn all the analytics part of YouTube, and what you know, that think that it's more of a computer thing than a person. Like, because people are like, well, I'm really good. I'm like, well, you can be really great, but if no one can find you, if you don't have good keywords, if you don't, you know, it can be hard. So
yes,
yeah, there's so much to learn, isn't there, to try and get YouTube to their algorithms to sort of push you forward, and
yes.
it's and you're always learning new things, I find, you know,
Yeah.
little
Yes.
tips and things that hopefully will help. Yeah.
It's exciting when one kind of does it right for some reason and the algorithm starts pushing it and you're like, oh
yeah.
Yes, that is exciting.
Yeah, because you've had some that shorts that have done so well. And
Yeah,
you've
we've
got-
had a few shorts that have done pretty well. I think I had an idea, like the one with the cotton candy was my idea. I did ask I was like, I think so. Sometimes I have a lot of ideas, but I can't actually do it myself.
Right.
I was like, it would be so cool because my daughter was at the mall and she got like a big cotton candy like bear made, right? And I was like, I think we could do it with her small one at home. And then I was asking my husband, do you think you could do it?
Delegation, very good.
Yes.
I have the ideas, but I just make him do it. Or like, I love your chai tea. Do you think you could make me a short for it? And he's like, I think I could actually. And I was like, okay.
Brilliant. Yeah.
That's nice that you've kind of got, that's like me and my husband. My husband will suggest things for our channel and I'll be like, oh, I don't know how we're going to do that. And then all of a sudden we kind of figure out a way, don't we? My husband's very good with ideas.
He is. And because, you know, he comes at it from a different sort of angle. And, you know, and you sort of think, oh, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how we're going to do that, but that sounds great. But that's all the excitement, isn't it? You know, when you're creating new things.
Yeah, trying something new.
I mean, it's very hard for us to niche down. You know, you were saying earlier on about you're niching down when we were talking to you earlier, you know, to try and, you know, do mostly cooking, but it is hard for us to niche too much.
I don't know if we've even done that, have we?
No, we've got a theme like American British culture. That's our theme. That's our niche.
I think that is pretty niche down. I don't think that, I don't know.
I think I suppose like we have thought, should we do British and American food? Should we do British and American language? Should we just do like one thing? I think we'd get bored.
Yeah,
so I think so too. That's why I'm trying to do some things a little different, but I don't want to do it so different than I think of, well, why are people coming to watch every week? Or what value am I giving? What am I teaching them? Or is it just for fun? Like I've thought of that. Like we did one taste test of like fruit last year or something. I've thought about doing different snacks from different parts of the world, maybe 1 week, or especially if we're really busy, because it does take a long time. That'd be much quicker to tape than doing some long cooking segment that I have to tape and then, you know, edit down. So
and I must say, I don't know if it'd be the case for anyone. We've only done like a couple of taste testings, but they've both been really popular. One in particular was really popular.
Yeah, for sure. And
so we want to do more of those, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, and it was fun to actually do.
And it's fun. It's fun to do. We like to try things.
Yes.
Who doesn't like to eat?
Exactly. Flour Eggs and you say your bruschetta parmesan cones were amazing, Sonia. We'll be duplicating that and giving you credit for the idea. Was that on your Italian? You did like an Italian platter.
Yeah, we all did like a collaboration for Italian.
I love that series. I love that collab.
Yeah,
very nice.
Everyone it was so fun, and then you all dressed up, you know, you all gonna
we love that, don't we?
It was a lot of fun. I was glad that we did something a little bit different, you know, as a collaboration. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought that was really clever, and I'd love to see some more, you know, maybe with a different theme. I don't know, but I thought that worked really well.
I have more ideas.
We'll just have to wait.
We just have to wait.
Yeah.
And I just got to find the time. But I
know. Sort of the boring bits of life just get in the way so much of having fun on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything else going on in the chat?
Lots going on in the chat. I just saw Champions of Christ, which is Paul Perry.
Hi,
Paul's
Paul.
here. He said, hey, legend. Hi, other legend.
Thanks for joining,
thank
Paul.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Let's see. Mr. E Chef says, you said that the Mexican food around you isn't so great. Notice your Mexican food is more Tex-Mex-ish. What is different from the Mexican food you make and the food around you now?
Wow.
Ooh.
Well, I do. So I was born in San Antonio, Texas, and my food is more Tex-Mex, and around here is more Californian Mexican. And like even where you guys are at, it's just different kinds of Mexican food. Even on our buñuelos, I had some comments of like, these aren't buñuelos. And I'm like, actually, they are. It really just depends on where you live in Mexico or different parts of, Central America, whatever, what your idea of certain kinds of things are, if that makes sense. So,
Right.
yeah. But mine is probably more Tex-Mex food, but that's what I grew up eating. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting because food can vary throughout the country and does vary throughout countries.
Oh, for sure.
There's different
even
foods.
when we went the first time into a restaurant here and they had pico and they put cabbage in theirs here. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never had cabbage in pico before. And they're like, oh, it's like a California thing. But I was like, wow, that's really interesting. It's not bad. It's just very different than what I'm used to making.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, that is true. Like I remember when I first came over here and we had Italian food, there were things in the restaurant that I'd not had in an Italian restaurant in the UK. And I'd never seen a cannoli before. I mean, they might have those in the UK now. I mean, and and my husband couldn't believe I didn't know what they were. And but it's strange. It does vary, doesn't it? If it's Italian or Mexican, it does vary across the world.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Yeah, well, it's local ingredients and local traditions. And, if you live closer to the sea, you'll get more seafood.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Go on.
I was just going to read another comment whilst you're at it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mr. E Chef says, we like your food, but we come back to see you all and your personality.
Yeah.
It is fun to get to know you as people. That is why most come back. We enjoy seeing you as people.
Oh, that's sweet.
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I agree, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, the food is wonderful and the cooking is so interesting, but it's just nice to let's check in with Sonia and her family.
And see what works. Yeah.
In the kitchen with Karen says, hi ladies, happy Sunday.
Hi, Karen.
Happy Sunday, Karen. And the secret ingredient, hello and welcome, says, hi everyone, this is so fun. My favorite is being interviewed. My favorite is being interviewed. Sorry, I butchered that. I'll say it again. My favorite is being interviewed. Great to see you all. Keep up the great work. Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Wonderful. Yes. So what would you say, Sonia, is your short-term goal for your channel, and what is your long-term goal for your channel?
I guess my short-term goal is probably to get 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
By the end of the summer, or hopefully sooner. I probably haven't putting as much time into it in the last few weeks, and I think we have a few weeks coming up that's going to be a little rough for me to put in a lot of time just because of what's happening. My husband going back to work. My daughter just started back. They had classes on Zoom, but only for a few hours. And now they're going the entire day, and they started 2 hours earlier, which means I got to wake up early with her. My husband's been working late, I'm talking like 12 o'clock, 1 in the morning. As a matter of fact, the other day he worked overnight and he worked 28 hours in a row. It's like his third time doing it in the last 2 weeks. So it's just been a lot going on, and everybody's getting their vaccines. We just had a lot going on. So I'm hoping a short-term goal would probably get my 1,000 subscribers. And I guess my long-term goal is just to keep going because it's a lot of work, and just to keep having fun and not let anybody else take the fun away from it, I think.
Yeah, well said.
So, yeah. It's very easy to become really serious about it.
Yeah, and I know that some people are extremely serious. Like, if my channel were to blow up and I make money, great. But I don't think it's going to happen, and that's okay with me. Like I did it.
It gives you so much more than just, financial return, doesn't it? It gives so much.
Yeah, I wanted to do it just for fun and to learn new things. And I don't know if it'll be forever, but just at least a couple more years. I know I'll be at home on my daughter until she's done with high school, and then maybe I'll go back to teaching and coaching or something, and then we'll just see. So,
Yeah.
but gives me something fun to do for right now, and it is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking before we went live about you, you know, thinking that one day you might do a fitness channel, a coaching and diet. Do you think, can you imagine yourselves doing 2 channels?
I can. I think I will eventually, possibly. I know some people do 2 channels, and I know it's kind of crazy because it would be totally opposite, but I don't know how else I could put my 2 passions together but create 2 channels. Because originally I thought I could do like more of a lifestyle channel and try to do them, but it's hard to be like, okay, we're cutting down and we're working out, and next week I'm showing you like cheesecake. It's
Yeah.
on the other hand, that is reality, especially for a lot of women. Like, we still are trying to be healthy, but we still are going to be entertaining guests next week that are coming over, and I want them to have a nice a dessert for them to come in. But I understand now that's not how the analytics of YouTube work. So like, they have to suggest out more channels. They're like the channels that you normally watch. It's, you know, it's so math. And so, yeah, I think maybe, because then I could do like 1 cooking video a week and maybe 1 fitness. I know it's totally different, but yeah. I don't know.
But like you say, that is life so often, isn't
yes,
it?
of course.
You know,
Try to balance it all, you know, have some treats, but also try and be as healthy as possible. It's definitely life. Yeah, but it'll be good for you too, because you can really think, right, I've made this cake, I've had to eat it because I've made it, and now we'll go out for a run. Or
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, unless you're my daughter, I think she's at that age where she can just eat anything she wants. Like, she'll sit down and have like a dozen donuts, and she never gains any weight.
I remember those days.
Yeah, but I think I was like that too back when I was in high school. You could eat just basically whatever you want.
Enjoy it.
Yes, not feel guilty.
No, quite.
Yeah. So have you got any negative comments on your channel? I can't imagine you have.
I have, but
Really?
that's the great thing about delete. You just
Yeah.
I do delete. Like, I had one last week, and I told my husband, should I leave it or should I delete it? He's like, I think you just delete it, because obviously you're thinking about what this guy told you. So just delete the comment. There's no reason to leave that comment there. And usually I do leave comments, but lately I don't know. In the last month, I've been deleting more and more comments I just don't like. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
well, it's your channel. You can, it's up to you what's on your videos, isn't it?
And so I do get some negative comments. Even in our live, it got so intense, I guess, through the Facebook one. Luckily, I had a moderator on Facebook through my son's friend, and he kicked some people off.
Oh my gosh,
you're joking!
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Why are they getting so riled up?
It was about ASL. I knew that's why I try not to talk about my daughter's deafness or ASL. It's a very controversial subject, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, if you do, because ASL is more conceptual, but the younger generation does a lot of signed English. So they would maybe show like a tree and then a monkey, and they show the monkey climbing up, where in English, they'd say the monkey is climbing up the tree. So it's very different. But because they're trying, the newer generation of deaf children, they're trying to get better English skills because they're not great at reading and writing. And I think it's still very controversial. There's a lot of controversy in deafness. Like, if you have hearing aids or cochlear implant or anything, like, I try not to say much about that or her vision, because I think we've had some comments, and even before the live, I told my moderators, if you see anything like that, kick those people off or take those comments down, because my daughter doesn't need to see that. So.
Oh my God, I'm shocked.
I am actually in shock about that. Yeah.
I'm trying hard to process that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So we get some comments like that, or I don't know.
Inappropriate.
So.
Yeah, those things, I agree with you. Those things should definitely be deleted.
It's not like they're sort of giving you sort of feedback to say, well, I don't like the way you did that part of it, and you maybe should have done that.
Constructive criticism is a different thing.
But just nasty comments, no, they should definitely go straight away. Put them in the bin where they belong. We
actually have, the only time we've deleted a comment, I think, was recently. One of Layla's shorts went kind of semi-viral. And someone said something mean about Layla.
Really?
And I just got upset and then undeleted it.
She said, "Oh, Lucy," and I just went, "Don't look at that." Yeah.
It's crazy what people say. It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, would that be your advice for people who are maybe receiving?
Yeah, just delete it. I mean, I've even like, I don't like some of the comments are like sub for sub, and I don't do that. So lately, some of those people that just put that, I might leave it initially a day or two, but then I just go through and start deleting them.
Yeah, it's like if you can't leave like a thoughtful comment on my video, then
you obviously haven't watched it properly.
And that's what I think. And they're so bad for our analytics because those people just click on it, try to leave a comment like that because they want you to sub back, which I'm also like, obviously you don't know anything about analytics because those people would just click on and click off. I mean, you wouldn't want me to do that to your video. So
no, it's harmful, isn't it? If you just click
it can actually be really harmful.
And not watch enough. And exactly. It's Anything in the chat?
Well, Ian's here. Ian, good.
Hi.
Welcome, Ian. Nice to see you. And the secret ingredient says, when is Mrs. Goldman coming back? Goldman?
Have you guys seen our Hanukkah special? Kind of got out of control. I don't know. If you ever have a second, you can watch it. It's so I played like a Jewish grandma in my Hanukkah special. I think we named her.
We have to go.
A lot of people actually really liked that one, and so because I am also Jewish, by the way, and so I thought maybe we were like, well, maybe we'll bring her back, and I dress up as an old lady.
I love that.
I'm intrigued.
I love when people have like characters, they're like recurring characters on their channel. I think
me and my husband kind of went off crazy on that one a little bit. After we put it out, I was like, oh my God, what are people going to think about us? We really lost it during the pandemic that we're so bored that we're dressing up like alternate people.
Yeah.
I think we all went a little bit kind of woo at one point.
But we did have fun making it. That one did take a lot of time in editing, and so my husband really helped with that. So because we wanted to do a Hanukkah special, but I thought like Leches have been like done over and over. I don't know if you are, they're potato pancakes, but I wanted to do something different and maybe educate people about something. So that's where we kind of came up with different characters.
Oh, I love it.
I can't wait to go see that.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to be doing immediately after this interview. Perhaps what we'll do when we find it, if you guys are interested in the chat, is pop it in the description if you want to go and see that, if you haven't already. And we should say
Sonia's going.
I am still like, oh my gosh, when I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking when we decided to do this? It was fun. I mean, this is what our channel is about, was having fun and doing something together.
Exactly. Not taking yourselves too seriously and just having a good laugh.
This is definitely a good laugh when you watch this video.
I love it. Oh, a lovely comment from Barbara Armstrong.
Oh, hi, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Says, my daughter-in-law is the best. Love you and so proud of you.
That's my mother-in-law. Thank you, Barbara. That's so sweet. She told me she was going to watch today.
So you're going to get Barbara on the channel?
I hope so. I was thinking of like how we could do lives. She has some really great recipes that I think would be really great for all the grandkids to have forever. So it would be cool to put her on the she has a great wedding soup, great meatballs, because she's Italian. So my husband's that side of the family is Italian. So I thought it'd be really cool. But we'd also need someone there at her house to like set us up if we go live together to like film her as we're talking and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out too and make sure that it would look clear and everybody could watch. So yeah, I would love to have her on and have her cook for us. So
that would be fabulous. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you, Barbara.
Yeah, Barbara, you're involved in this now. Let's see. Paul, Champions of Christ, says, you're welcome. So glad I get to join more of these since church ends at 1. Oh, we're so happy that you can come.
That's fantastic, Paul.
Great.
Thank you.
Oh, it's really exciting. Yeah, because the times have all changed now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Says, dropped a video on this channel and part 1. Oh, this is because Paul has 2 channels, everybody who doesn't know. He says, dropped a video on this channel and part 1 of the final show before WrestleMania. Part 2 will be later. And then finally challenge time. So everyone go and check that out because Paul's wrestling videos are brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at them.
And he says, and Sonia, I've been hungry all morning, and knowing you're a food channel just makes me want to get home faster so we can eat. We're going to be having a big lunch after this.
Yes, for sure. So what's your favorite thing to cook? What do you enjoy? Do you enjoy savory or sweet? And if you
probably sweet, I don't know. I like cooking meals for my family during the week, but to try something new, maybe sweet things. I think that's how me and my daughter end up in the kitchen all the time. We're like, let's make something new. Let's make something sweet. Let's make something for dessert. So
yeah,
cool.
Desserts are fun.
Yeah. So
it is a lot of fun.
Have you got a recipe, a nice, easy recipe that that you would recommend for people, to try? One that's really tasty but really easy to make.
Really easy to make.
Asking for a friend.
So it is like one that's already on my channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know.
I know, put you on the spot.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking about like what it would be easy. I think there's a gnocchi soup that's on my Trader Joe's grocery haul that's actually really good. I think, and it's pretty easy to do. But the desserts, I think the desserts I've made are a little bit harder, but they're all really good. So, if you've never had like a tres leches cake, I know it sounds weird, but I think people would actually really like it. So, but it does take a little bit of work.
Yeah. Well, we always like to try something new.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Oh, Karen says, I think your daughter is amazing. Oh, sorry. Let me start that again. She says, Barbara Armstrong, I think your daughter is awesome. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
You guys are so lovely in the chat. And I have to say, if you haven't been over to see Mrs. Sonia Elaine yet, we have a link in the description so you can go and check that out. And also, could I trouble you guys, if you haven't already, to like this video, because it really helps us. It helps other people find these videos and these interviews. So we help are really useful for YouTubers. So that would be great. Just hit the little like button and
hit the thumbs up.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah. And who have we got on next week?
Oh yeah, if I could quickly shout out, because I'm really excited. We have Ash on Film. I know some of you in the chat know her. She does educational videos on all kinds of interesting topics. If you want to learn something new, go and see Ash on Film. She's our guest next week at the same time.
Oh, very well done, Lucy.
Thank you.
So how do you often interact with your viewers and subscribers, and do you enjoy replying to comments, and do you feel
I do enjoy replying to comments and getting to know people, because I think that makes them come back week after week to watch more. And I do have a Miss Sonia Elaine Facebook page, and I get a lot of clicks off of that. I'm not great at Instagram. I need to get better. I did put you guys there, and I was surprised. I don't know. I'm just not into it. I guess because I feel like Instagram's become more of just advertising than actual. I don't know. But I need to put it up more, because I know that it gets to a wider audience. So
we don't have. We don't particularly enjoy Instagram. We do it. But we don't think we get that much from it.
It doesn't seem like we get a lot of traffic. But then we're not really pros. Like if we were going to really sit down and look at how to
and that's, I don't think I was on much Instagram before this. So probably that's why, I don't know.
I think we need to do far more on Instagram. We kind of don't. So
me too. I think I need to get more into
it. I know. We do more with Facebook, don't we? In Facebook groups, we tend to find that gets more people interested in coming along to watch the videos. So and we haven't even touched Twitter.
No,
I never will.
Probably never will.
No.
Yeah. And then I'm also lucky. My videos a lot of weeks. Okay. So my husband works for a big hotel. And originally they asked him during the beginning of the pandemic if he could make a cooking video every week. And he originally said, okay. So 2 weeks into it, he's like, I can't do this. I don't have this kind of time, And he's like, so that's why I also niched down more into cooking, because then they actually reshare my video out on a mass email to hundreds of employees. And that, I know some people are like, well, how do you get so many views all the time? That's how I get so many views.
That is worth
that's
its weight in
so
gold, isn't
good.
it?
Yeah.
How awesome.
That's
Who
been
would
a
do
real
that to
big
us?
I don't know.
Oh, that is fabulous.
Yeah,
That the
I know they
company is-
probably, the only weird thing is they always have his picture and then they click on it. It's me cooking.
Oh, well, you
Oh,
think they'd have a joint picture
yeah.
at least.
Yeah. So that's been helpful. And I mean, I
Mhm.
think that probably got me my first 100 subscribers. I'm sure that and family.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's a great start though. Like we took us a long time really to get to
Mm.
100, isn't it? And
Yes.
Then,
yeah.
So if you I've just thought of it, this if you could buy one piece of equipment, you know, either in the kitchen or, you know, something like a new camera, what would it be? You know, would it, if you had one item that you could buy and you could afford, what would you buy, either, you know, to help with the cooking side of things or to help with the YouTube and filming and sound and
Maybe
that
a
sort of thing?
gimbal, because whenever I go out in public or even my yard last week, I'm really bad at holding my camera still.
Yeah, it's
In the
difficult.
kitchen, I have a tripod and I, put my camera in so it doesn't move or shake or anything. But walking around is really hard. And I'd like to, as things like open up, we actually live like right near a huge amount of wineries, and a lot of great
Wow.
restaurants. And so I'd like to show like some of these beautiful wineries here in Washington.
Yes.
Last year we did a few of the farms, but there's so much more that was closed, you know.
yeah.
And I'd like to take people out to the farms and then obviously cook with what I bring, but I'm really bad at, like, even when I've tried on my phone, like to go slow and not move. Most of the time I use my camera because it's better than my phone, but I don't know. I feel like it's shaky. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. And we found it hard, and we've done a few a couple shopping hauls and things like that, and filming in parks. It's kind of awkward because people stop and look at you. And it's very, you know, it's very awkward sometimes.
Yeah. We
if
had
you're not
to
used to it.
get over that at first, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited
the
today.
camera. I'm pretty happy with the camera I have right now. If anything, I need to learn how to use it better. It has all kinds of stuff that I don't even know how to use. So, because it has just so much stuff on it.
There's so many buttons that we don't even know what they do.
Yeah, we found the ones we liked and we stick with it, you know, just to be safe.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the same applies to us because that was a steep learning curve for us.
Oh, that was the hardest thing.
Yeah, learning how to
camera.
use our new camera. Yeah, but we're so glad we got it. I mean, it's brilliant, but that was a steep learning curve. And what you said earlier, you know, it's really good to learn these new things, you know, about new technology, you know, do something out of your comfort zone, isn't it? It's very rewarding in the end. Frustrating at times, but
yeah, I do like that about YouTube. I've learned just so much stuff that I would have never learned. And I think technology to some extent has been a little bit scary. Like the older you get, like, could you figure this out? But now I feel more empowered to learn more things.
Exactly. Yeah. Why shouldn't older people know how to do these things? Exactly.
Yeah.
So she's speaking from the heart. Don't shake your head.
I gave the camera to Mum once to go and film something.
I knew this was coming
and
out.
she pressed something on the screen and I got like 6 frantic texts later going, it's going crazy. I don't know what to do.
Why do kids always let you down? Hey,
sorry, I'm really no better.
Yeah,
that's why I can
time. And I think I'm on like my 3rd mic that I bought for voiceover, is just trying to figure out which ones, you know, sound good and I don't know, lighting. So I started out with one set of lights. Now I'm on to like my 2nd or 3rd set.
I know sometimes it is a little bit of trial and error, isn't it?
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. But it's all worth it. And when you hit on something that works, it feels like such a victory.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it does.
And I'm even thinking of maybe one of the next things also is maybe getting a green screen.
Oh.
Yeah, we have one.
You do?
You have to get the lighting perfect. We asked our gamer friend about this as well.
Yeah.
You have to get the lighting perfect, like really smooth lighting. Otherwise you get grey patches.
And we haven't got a frame to put it on because we were being cheap at the time.
Get the frame.
Yeah. So we really need to buy a frame for ours. We must do that at some point because but then my computer doesn't handle the graphics well. You know, on Zoom you can put what do you call it? Like a virtual background on, but it's quite easy to do, but it wouldn't handle
I've had to upgrade my computer since I started, because my original one was just like freezing all the time while I was editing. It was gonna be all you really do need a really good graphics card and a computer that goes extremely fast. If not, you'll be editing and doing green screen things like for eternity. So I was lucky. My husband, that's what bought me for my birthday last year.
Oh, that's so
that's great. Yeah. You had the same thing, didn't you? Got for your
I just gave up on my laptop, like, because it was fine when we started and we were just doing simple like stuff together, but then like you learn more and you want to do more and you want to be more creative.
That's what I did. Originally I did my laptop, and I really needed a big, stronger system in order to really do what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's right.
And I did, like, I used my laptop in our last live, and I was like, fingers crossed, please keep going.
Come on, little laptop. Let's see. The secret ingredient says, I would love to see Mrs. Goldman and the fitness personality give Sonia fitness tips.
That would be a really fun one. So in that video, I play Miss Goldman, but then I also play a girl, I think I'm playing myself or whatever, that's like really into fitness. And then I also play a grandma in that one. So I have like my alter personas.
Oh, cool.
That would, you could use the green screen for that for sure.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. So, and I've also thought about the green screen because I have a really big dining room table, and then I could show myself cooking and be at it, unlike in my kitchen, or I can't show both because it's just the layout of my kitchen. So that's what I was thinking too. Then I could show myself cooking in the video instead of just showing my bowl or showing myself, one of the two.
Oh, so, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that would open up so many more possibilities.
For sure. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah. And hello to teacher Casey. Says,
hi,
friends.
Casey.
Hi, Casey. So sorry I'm late. Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, hence I put my glasses on, I've made notes. Which one of your videos has got the most views, and was it the one you expected to get the most views?
I think our one is our cotton candy short. And I did think when I came up with the idea, I did think this is going to do really good because I thought it was cute, like if I saw it on a short. Other than that, I mean, I can't remember. I'm like, what are my other big videos?
There's so many.
I think I have a lot of them are, I think, like, I thought my Daughter's Been Wello video would have done okay, but I didn't think it would get over 1,000 hits like within the first week. That was, some of the videos I was like surprised how well they did. Cause also I'm like, well, who's Googling that? How many people are cooking that per week? And I think that's really hard in a cooking channel is like, you have to think of what are people actually cooking right now? Like during the pandemic, a lot of people were making bread or pasta or comfort food because we're stressed out of our minds. Or cheap food. I think I had one video that was like $5 dinners or something. It did pretty well.
Yeah, that was hugely popular.
Yeah. And I know it's just like right when I released it, so I don't know. But then some of my videos I thought would have done better. I thought our cheese board would have done a little better than it did.
I love that one.
I don't know. So it's hard to tell. You never know. I feel like every week we're just taking a gamble, throwing something out there.
Yeah, like we try and be current, but it doesn't always work out that those are the best because sometimes everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's like I didn't want to do the feta cheese pasta thing from TikTok. I'm like, there's like a million of them. I don't need to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. You have to kind of be relevant to the times, but not too like doing
not
the
something
same
everybody has done,
Yeah.
Or you have to think of a new way of doing it, like the cocoa bombs, like everybody did that. I know that Kim and Teresa from Flour, Eggs, and Yeast, they've done, but they made it their own by adding liquor to it and all kinds of fun stuff. They do a lot of fun videos, but to think of a new way of doing something that's popular, but changing it to make it your own, I think.
Yeah, that was a very good example of how to do that. Flour, eggs, and yeast cocoa bombs. It really was successful.
And some of them, you're like, if I see another one, I'm just gonna. I see my video either. I want to do something different, but I also am like, well, who would be? You have to think someone's going to put that into a Google search or into YouTube search. How often is it done? But some videos, I'm like, we already made them. I mean, I know a lot of people do like pre-keyword search. I don't know. I've done it, but if I would have done that for some of my videos I've done well, I don't think I would have made them like the Manuela's video, but I was like, no. And I think that looking back, my daughter will be like, oh, that was a fun video to do with my mom. So
yeah, I think that's important too, you know, because you even if you do a keyword search and you find out what's really popular, it doesn't mean to say necessarily that it's going to get the views. It's weird, and doesn't guarantee it. Yeah,
right.
for sure. Yeah,
and you could just get lucky by making something totally different. You'd never know on YouTube.
I know.
You never know.
I know the strangest things, you know, keywords get like for us, Norfolk accent is
it's incredibly specific.
Yes.
Isn't it? So that's our most common. Most people come to our channel by typing Norfolk accent.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Which neither of us have a particularly strong Norfolk accent.
No. Well, I think we kind of mentioned it on
We've mentioned it a few times.
Popular videos, but yeah, that is interesting for sure.
Molly Cakes is here. Hi, Molly.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. She's out doing yard work and almost missed it. That's okay. You caught the end.
It's good to do yard work on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Get it all sorted. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh God, I might have to put my glasses on again.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, we're so slick over here. This is why we have to do so much editing.
Well, she says looking at her
so
mother.
do you go back and edit your lives?
No,
okay.
never. No.
Well, we kind of thought it's nice because our videos are usually quite produced. I do quite a lot of editing with them, and it's kind of nice to just show people as well, like, you know, just you talking, leaving in the ers and ums and the pauses and the bits that go wrong. And
exactly.
It's kind of, I don't know, a lot of people have commented that it's refreshing. So
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's nice to have that contrast.
Yeah, I think if you're too polished, which will never happen, you know, it kind of gets boring. You know, you need a little bit of, you know, a little bit of fun in there too. You know, you don't want it too slick, do you really?
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, hang on, the dog has gone. Hang on a minute, Ryan.
So I'll help them out. If you have a question for Sonia Elaine, then this would be the time to ask it. And in the meantime, I will ask her the final question that we ask to all our guests before we say goodbye, which is, Sonia, if you could take everything you've learned on your YouTube journey so far and kind of boil it down into one piece of advice that you could offer people who are maybe thinking of starting a YouTube channel or who have a small YouTube channel, what advice could you offer someone to kind of launch them into the YouTube world?
To just get started and just try to make one small improvement every week. You know, like, because I think as we look back at our videos, I look at my first ones, I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I need to put them in private mode.
Yeah.
But if I didn't make them, I would have never gotten better, if that makes sense. So every week I look back at my videos. My husband's always like, are you happy with this week's video? I'm like, no, I could have done this or I could have done that. And he's like, don't think of it that way. But in the way, that's how I feel like I constantly could try to do better, is by looking and trying to make just small improvements. And I think just to keep going, like the more videos you have, the more likely you are to be discovered.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just to keep making more videos, and you never know, like it could be a video from 6 months ago that all of a sudden gets popular.
That is so true.
That is so true. Yeah.
Yes.
So I would just say to a new YouTuber to get started and just keep going and not give up. I think in the first year, there were several times where I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. Nobody's watching my videos. And I have to say that my husband, and particularly my son, has been so encouraging, especially my son. He's like, you know, you're doing great. I have people, he has friends that are on Twitch and stuff and he's like, you don't understand how long it takes, or, you know, they're really like, they can't believe how many subscribers you've been getting in the last few months. Just keep going, Mom, you know. So
what a gem he is.
Yeah, he's a sweet kid. So, I would just say to get started and just not quit. Keep going. Because there's so many channels that I'm like, they were really good since I've started that are no longer going. And I'm like, they should have just kept going. You know, I think they would have eventually gotten some of their videos maybe picked up. So.
Yeah, I think people nowadays expect instant success, and by success I mean, you know, loads of subscribers and views, but it takes a while to build that
up. Long time. And you could even be someone like famous. Like I subscribe to Lou Ferrigno's channel, you know, the guy that used to play the Incredible Hulk.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't have that many subscribers to his channel. And I'm like, how can this be? Like when you think, well, of course, so it doesn't always, YouTube doesn't always make sense, you know?
No.
So you just got to keep going.
That's right. Yeah.
Keep going, keep
going.
evolving. Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that's very important. Like, don't expect to be the best at making videos straight away if you've never, especially if you've never done it before, you know, you can learn.
And I do think that's what's nice about if a lot of the bigger YouTubers, I always go and then go to their oldest video and see how many years they've been on. If you see someone with like 1 million subscribers, they've probably been on at least 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
And their first videos were not great. You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they just
that's
kept
okay.
going and kept working on their videos. And I think that's the only way you can get better at something is just by doing it. And it's not like you're taking a class on YouTube or whatever. You just got to do it and learn.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
I love
entirely.
it. Yeah, that's
good.
really good advice. Let's do one more check-in with the chat before we let you go, Sonia. Molly says, Sonia, I love the live you did with your daughter.
Oh,
Yes.
And we are going to do another one. Like, we just have been busy. I mean, my daughter had her COVID vaccine. She had her second one last week and she had a fever for like 2 days. We've had all kinds of stuff. And my daughter, she has a lot of stuff going on medically, and a lot of those kind of tests that we were waiting on kind of got put on hold at the hospitals because those departments were closed down. So like, it's like now we're going back to all our specialists that we normally see all the time. So we just had a lot of stuff going on in our house. So
yeah. I think that's the thing. Like, most of us, when we start, this is like completely a side thing, you know, hardly anyone has the time to do this all the time, you know, so you kind of have to make it work with your life, don't you? And if you miss a video, it's not the end of the world.
Like I wanted to put one out, usually put it on every Friday, but I just didn't have time last week, and I'm like, okay, you can't kill yourself about it. I'll film it tomorrow, and maybe next week I'll have 2 videos, or you know, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And that's okay. Because I think it comes across when you're tired and you're trying to record something, or when you're stressed, or when you're just not feeling it. Like, I think you can kind of tell most of the time. Yes. Mr. E Chef says great advice. Yes. And Molly says, I'm always beating up on my videos, but I know just to let it be. We are our own worst critics sometimes.
Oh gosh, yes.
Aren't we?
We are, yes, we definitely are our worst critics. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. And then someone will be like, we really love that video. And I'm like, really?
It's funny, because like I think very often people see things in our videos that maybe we miss, you know. They're like, oh, that made me think of this, or that's cool because of this, and it's like, oh yeah, pretend I did that on purpose. Let's see. In the Kitchen with Karen says, making videos to me is like learning a musical instrument. You have to practice to get better.
Yeah, that's very true. There's so much to learn, and it does take a while to sort of hone your craft.
And it is a skill. That's something that's very important. Like, it's a skill. People go to university to learn how to make films and videos and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot to learn if you were going to do it professionally. So for us amateurs,
especially like editing and stuff, that was a big learning curve.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm still learning. Like, I'd like to do more in editing, but you know, you got to learn how to do it. So
and it's like you said before, it's just every time I edit, I try and like do something a little bit differently, or try something new that I haven't done before, just to like have that in my toolbox of editing tools so I can use it again in the future. It's just little baby steps. You don't have to know everything straight away. Yes. Teacher Casey says, great points. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. And in the Kitchen with Karen says, me too, Molly. We are always our worst critics. Yes. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you everyone for coming today. It's been
thank you guys for having me. This was a lot of fun.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a joy. Thank you so much for coming on and for sharing your YouTube channel, and you know, for inspiring us all to maybe get in the kitchen.
And cooking should be fun. Cooking should.
Yes, well, you do make it fun, and say hi to your lovely family too.
Yes.
We really enjoy watching them on your
They're
channel.
teenagers. I think my daughter's still actually sleeping.
I'm so jealous.
Oh gosh, I don't remember when I could last do that.
I haven't played it like that for ages.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss it.
Well, thank you so much, Sonia, and for you guys for coming along. And we'll see you again next week on Share the Love Sundays.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you,
guys.
Sonia.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.